Welcome to the Pickled where today we are going to be making some Old Took's hot chocolate. If you're new here, welcome to Heart of a Halfling, where we talk about Lord of the Rings and do some Lord of the Ring things. So let's get started. Today we are joined by Mr. Halfling, and he has served up some Old Took hot chocolate. So we're gonna learn how to make this wonderful cocktail.
We haven't tested it yet. Hopefully it's wonderful.
Oh, okay, hopefully. But we're gonna make it anyways, and we're gonna show you guys how to do it. And when we're done, we'll talk a little bit about Old Took himself. So take it away.
All right. Well, it's out of the Lord of the Rings Recipes of Middle-earth. It is specifically a toddy, not a hot chocolate. It's chocolatey in flavor. But yeah, it's just, a bunch of cocoa powder, powdered sugar, a little bit of instant coffee, cinnamon, and a chili pepper, dried chili pepper, if you want a little bit of a spice kick to it.
But it would not be my channel if we didn't substitute something.
Yes, so we used crushed red pepper flakes within a tea steeping egg. Not like the ball of mesh, but just like a little metal egg with holes poked in it.
I got a video of it.
Yeah. Just some thoughts before we try it. I'm thinking that just to help enhance the flavor, we'll see what it tastes like, but adding some salt to the recipe might help a bit if it's not quite what you're expecting.
Well, let's walk through how exactly to make it, though. What all you did, what the measurements were, and everything.
Oh, okay. So you start by boiling. It calls for 3.5 cups of water. If you've got a kettle, just put in as much water as you think you'll need. Boil it up, and then you're good to go from there. And then just measure it out as you use it. You're going to mix your 1/2 cup of cocoa powder with 4 teaspoons of instant coffee granules, and depending on the strength of your instant coffee, you might want to go a little bit more, a little bit less. If you don't like coffee at all, go ahead and skip that step. But you're going to mix those together and then pour 1/2 cup of boiling water into the bowl and make a paste out of it, and then scrape that paste into a saucepan. And then you'll add the rest of the ingredients to that, so the remaining 3 cups of water, your 4 ounces of dark rum, which is 1/2 cup. 1/2 cup plus 1 tablespoon of superfine sugar.
Superfine.
1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and your 1 large dried or fresh red chili halved.
Which is what we substitute.
Yes, we substituted just the crushed red pepper flakes. That's the steps to do it. Like I said, salt might help enhance it a bit, and also just adding a splash of milk at the end into each cup might give it that more creamy flavor, like a fattiness that might help also. But we'll see what it tastes like raw, and then we'll doctor it up later if we need.
And then don't forget, once you have everything mixed together, it does have to simmer for at least 20 minutes.
Yes.
And then you can ladle it into your chosen
vessels.
Okay. I'm nervous. I am neither a coffee drinker nor an alcohol drinker. So this is not going to be good for me. But you might have a better range of taste for it.
Okay.
So let's give it a try. I'm scared now.
Ooh. That rum comes in strong.
Oh, God. Give me a sec.
Definitely warm me up on a cold day.
Yes, it will. It is burning on the way down.
Yep. That's what I said. This is going to be more of a toddy than just like hot chocolate when you think about hot chocolate. The alcohol is definitely up front and present.
Yes, it is. But it has a nice, like, you can still taste the chocolate in there.
Yeah.
But this is a slutty chocolate. This is not.
It's not a hot chocolate.
This is not your wholesome hot chocolate that you bring home to mama. This is strong. Do you like it, though?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, I'm definitely getting that red pepper. There's a spiciness to it. And it almost doesn't, I don't know if this is the cocoa powder, but you don't feel it on your tongue. It's all in the back of the throat.
That's so true.
It is very strange and peculiar, but...
It's literally like the chocolate flavor you can kind of feel on your tongue, and then it's like burn down your throat.
Just the alcohol and red pepper just...
It's not bad, though.
No.
I mean, again, I think that all alcohol smells and tastes like nail polish remover. This isn't bad because the rum is definitely complementing the chocolate, and so what I'm tasting is chocolate. What I'm feeling is the rum. That's what's going on in my head.
Nice.
But there you go. Okay, so let's learn about the old hobbit that the drinks are based off of.
I'm going to actually grab some salt and milk real quick and see if that's going to do anything. So you can regale us with the story of Old Took.
Old Took, okay.
While I...
Well, let's see what this says here. Okay, so... The Old Took, properly named Gerontius Took, is the 23rd Thane of the Shire and a venerable ancestor of both Pippin and Merry. We can imagine him in his very ripe old age, tucked up in a cozy armchair in the Great Smiles, the ancestral seat of the Tooks in Tuckborough, sipping his warming hot chocolate with its kick of chili and alcohol. We should note that perhaps surprisingly...
You want some?
Yeah, sure. Tolkien never mentions chocolate in his stories, perhaps because of its New World origins. I find that interesting, that Tolkien never talked about chocolate.
But he does talk about potatoes, which
Oh.
were a New World, which, that's a different story.
Is it?
I mean, I guess, I don't know.
You can come back for that story later.
Okay.
So, I had to refresh my old noggin about Old Took here. This is the...
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Oh. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is the Old Took that Bilbo is trying to outlive. So Old Took gains his name because he lived to be 130 years old.
Oh.
He is the father of Belladonna Took and the grandfather to Bilbo Baggins.
Okay.
Yes, and if I'm understanding this correctly or remembering correctly, Old Took is the same one that Bilbo mentions when he first meets Gandalf or re-meets Gandalf in The Hobbit, and asks him, "Oh, you're not the one who gave Old Took the diamond studs that he couldn't take off." So, yeah.
Wait, Gandalf's just walking around the Shire handing out cursed
okay.
items to people?
They're not cursed per se, but
You
they're...
just can't take it off. Sounds like a curse.
No, I think, oh shoot, I can't remember exactly what it is, but they were a trick. So he couldn't take them off unless he told the earrings to come off, kind of thing. Yeah, so Gandalf was up to his wizardly ways.
It didn't tell him that tidbit of information.
Hey, well, you know what? Maybe Old Took did something to upset Gandalf.
When Gandalf's just petty.
He's a wizard. There's like a saying where like basically you have to be careful of wizards because wizards get angry easily. Don't you remember the story with
Roverandom?
Roverandom? That's his whole thing. He upsets a wizard. And that's why we have the whole story of Roverandom.
And what was his name again? Artaxerxes.
Don't make fun of me. But yeah. Anyways, so that is Old Took himself, who lived to be 130. Bilbo outlived him to be 131. And Old Took also had the most children until Samwise Gamgee.
Mm.
Yeah.
How many kids did Samwise have?
Well, apparently more than Old Took.
So how many kids did Old Took have?
I think 11.
Well, dang.
12.
Really?
12.
Man.
Apparently Sam and Rosie Cotton really got at it, so. Yeah. I guess when you live in an innocent shire and nobody really comes to bother you, yeah, there's no entertainment. What else are you going to do? Have 13 kids.
It sounds like a low, because I mean, there's people in the real world who've had well more than 11 children.
In America.
In America.
Is that a common thing, though?
Yeah, in the Middle Ages, you had high pregnancy rates.
Oh, God, I feel it in my chest.
Because your kids were not...
They weren't going to live.
Yeah.
Well,
you had a pretty significant chance of your child dying before they reached the age of 15.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
Okay, well, apparently...
So you just pop out as many as you can and hope that the spray...
Well, hey, well then, if this is unusual, maybe that lends to the idea that the Shire's innocence and that they didn't have to worry about plagues and their children not living long ages, so they didn't have to have as many kids. So maybe the fact that Old Took and Samwise Gamgee had so many kids, that's why it's sort of like, wow, they had a lot of kids, because it probably wasn't normal for Shire folk to have that many kids. There you go. So what do you think? Did you add your milk?
Yes, I added a pinch of salt and a splash of milk, and the fattiness and the bit of sugar that is in American pasteurized 100% vitamin D infused whole milk. Really knocked it out of the park.
Did you put milk in mine?
Yes.
You did? Okay.
And so, yeah, the fattiness and that saltiness just kind of...
it definitely fills it out.
Just peaked over the... Like, it was pretty close to the top of the hill, and this just kind of helped it reach that. So, yeah, I would definitely suggest adding just like you can either do like a teaspoon to the whole batch, because it serves 4 people. So a teaspoon of sugar, or not sugar, salt, and
I guess you could add more sugar if you wanted.
Maybe a 1/4 cup of milk, just to help cool it down if you're not gonna let it sit and cool in your mug. If you're too eager and just gung-ho about getting into the drink right off the bat, adding a splash of milk will help enhance the flavor and cool it down for you so it's ready to go. But I mean, all in all, I think it's a wonderful little recipe. Like I said, that rum is pretty upfront and present, so it is definitely find a good rum that you like the taste of.
What did we use? Do you remember?
That's a Bacardi Black.
Bacardi Black.
I don't know if it's... I'd have to do my research. I don't think it's one of like the higher and nicer dark rums, but...
I wouldn't know.
Yeah. But no, they're a wonderful recipe. The chili pepper, definitely not something I would have thought of for hot chocolate.
But it's good.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of in New Mexico, the Hatch Green chilies. They make like chocolate bars with the chili peppers in them. And never thought about putting it in a drink before.
This is a really good, like, cold night, I want to warm up kind of drink. And it's more adult than, I guess, a regular old hot chocolate with marshmallows. But yeah, I think this is really good. Any final thoughts, or is that it?
No, that's it.
All right. Well, we hope you have a blessed and wonderful week, and of course, we hope you have a very Merry Christmas, and that you maybe make some hot chocolate for yourself. But as always, I hope your homes are filled with happiness and food and cheer. Bye.